Happy New Year and welcome to this week's edition of the Panel Guide. This week we're going to be talking about something we've already discussed a couple of episodes ago. It's about warranties. Now the reason I'm bringing this topic up again is because there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misunderstandings about what warranties involve and how they're required, what happens, involvements. And I just wanted to cover the topics, as I say. So the reason being is because we had a couple of inquiries before Christmas where specifications were written with 30, 40, 50 years of panel warranties, which is just crazy. Now, the truth of it is, with any warranty, yes, there is a lot of marketing which goes involved in promoting warranties. Obviously, manufacturers want to promote the best of what they can do. But the truth of it is, the panels and the coatings and the structural and thermal performance are not just based upon the panel. There's a whole heap of requirements around that, and which enable the panel to deliver the performance for the duration of time. Now the thing is, the first misunderstanding with panel warranties is they're not auto-applied. They're not automatically, you don't get a warranty straight off. I mean, yes, you get your standard 1 year, maybe 2 years, depending on what whichever location around the world you are located. But when you're talking for 10 years, 15 years, 25 years. Now, whether it's just the coating, that's dependent on the steel manufacturer. So whether it's a Tata, Arcelor, Voestalpine, Comax, whoever it is from around the world, it depends on obviously what they offer. Now, whether it's Plastisol tends to have a lifespan of about 10 years, 15 years. But you do see manufacturers will then push that up to like 20, 30, 40 years, maybe even more. The coating alone won't give you that. When you've got products such as Jaramax, which is designed to obviously maintain the life of these types of products, this misconception of zero maintenance, it's wrong. It shouldn't be allowed. Products will only last as long as the buildings are maintained. And that's a fact. It doesn't matter. And even in the small print of any warranty claim, it's got to be about the panel warranties have got to be maintained. They've got to be fully recorded. The works have to be carried out by documented and reputable companies who are doing the building maintenance. So they're checking the gutters, they're checking the quality of the work, they're checking for any damage, they're checking for any leaks, especially if it's a roof. They're checking for any blockages, damage of fixings, if there's been any work done by the maintenance contractors on the actual building itself. So, if they've been putting M&E equipment, HVAC equipment on the roof, have they done any damage? Have they cut any holes? Have they put any bodge repairs on the roof? Walls, not too much of an issue because obviously it's a visual thing with walls. You can see whether the panels have delaminated, whether there's a structural failure, or whether there is an issue with the coating. Now, when you get into like polyester coatings, things like SDP, which is now like a 50 micron polyester coating, which is now pushing the boundaries of polyester coatings. You've got the likes of polyurethane coatings like Prisma, Granite, Diamond, HDX Purple, these types of coatings. Obviously, these are pushing the boundaries as well. So they're giving you the longer, best performing types of coatings, catching up far away from stainless. But as well as having those, again, all parts of the maintenance, it's very much dependent on what the manufacturer of the coil, who makes the manufacturer of the coil, not the panel manufacturer, what they will deliver. Yes, we've all seen panel manufacturers giving, a 25, 30, even 40-year guarantee for a product which is only 10 years. How do they do that? Is that just marketing? Is it because that the warranties aren't applied for? Is it because the warranties aren't maintained? Is it because that, things aren't followed through correctly, and that's not the responsibility of the panel manufacturer? All I'm bringing this up about is we want to make sure that things are built correctly. This is the whole point of doing this. we want to make sure that we've not got a bad name. As an industry, we are doing the right things, we are doing the correct things, we are doing the best of what we possibly can do. Then it comes into structural and thermal performance of warranties as well. Again, every quote I've done for many years has always been, oh, if you've got a 25-year warranty for the thermal and the structural performance. Now again, that's not necessarily down to the panel manufacturer as such, because ultimately it's how the building's been designed, it's how the building's been installed, and again, the manufacturer can't take the contractual responsibility for that as well. So again, that becomes a bit more complicated. Now, there are manufacturers around the industry, and even new ones coming now, who are looking to get involved in the installation. Now, that's great, that's fantastic, but again, it depends on the warranty of what they're offering. As things progress with this, obviously, as I talk to manufacturers, I'll talk to them about this. Hopefully they'll be able to share with me what they're looking to do in terms of the responsibility, whose risk, and how it's then maintained moving forward for the duration of the 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever the life will be. So in terms of the structural and thermal performance, obviously if it's PIR or if it's like a PIR plus or quad core, these types of installations, obviously the chemicals, the polyols, these types of things are manufactured by the likes of BASF, Synthesia, those types of manufacturers. If it's for mineral wool, stone wool, rock wool, then you have the likes of Rockwool, Paroc, you've got Lafarge, Knauf, those kind of manufacturers. Again, it's about them, about the performance of their products and what they're giving. Obviously, we did the talk a couple of months back on Rockwool, obviously on the Core Solutions division. Obviously they're looking to push things now, obviously with the stone wool solutions as well. But like I say, I just want to make sure that the bullet points are understood by yourselves. Obviously, if you're an architect, if you're an end client, if you're a designer, if you're a main contractor, design and build contractor, even if you're an installer, we want to make sure that there is no misunderstanding in terms of panel warranties. It isn't automatically applied. You have to go through the application for that specific manufacturer. It's not just about seeing a specification and saying, okay, well, it's been chosen, it's been specified, it's not your responsibility. We all have a responsibility for this. We all have to make sure that it is maintained. So, if the manufacturer requires you, they may not tell you at the start, but it'll be there in the paperwork, or it'll be in the documentation in terms of what their warranty is. It will tell you you have to apply for it within a 2-week, 3-week, 6-week, whatever that period is. It will also tell you in terms of what their annual maintenance requirements are. So, if the responsibility is that a building has to be fully recorded, fully checked and fully documented for the building maintenance on an annual basis, sometimes biannually, you have to maintain that. The truth of it is, any claims under a warranty is always in with the first 6 to 12 months anyway. So regardless, obviously, as long as the building is maintained, the building should be fine anyway, so, the buildings are designed for, the composite panels are designed to last, anything from 50, 60 years. So, that's where, the longevity of that will be. And as long as that building is maintained, as long as you get a reputable building maintenance company who can come in and give you the service every year, every 6 months, whatever the requirement term of that contractual warranty term is from the panel manufacturer, that's what you need to make sure that you are following through. And again, as an architect, as a main contractor, as an installer, once that is passed on to the end client, it's not a case of that's it's done. You've got to make sure that that is understood by the client, because even myself, I worked for a installer, a maintenance contractor, and I used to do surveys and things for them. And one of the involvements, I was asked by a panel manufacturer to go and see companies with claims, and people who had no warranties on their buildings. And I went to see a couple of them, had a chat with them, and and when you're actually explaining to somebody that their building has no warranty on them because they didn't fill the paperwork in, they didn't apply for the paperwork, for the warranty of the building, or whether their building hasn't been maintained. But again, this has to be explained to the client when you're handing over. So as an architect, you guys have the responsibility as a design and build main contractor. You have a responsibility to make sure that the terms are written within your designs. Again, I'm here to help you with that. That's the whole point of this. We want to make sure that your specifications, your buildings are built correctly, and that's why I'm trying to obviously bring this up. But again, we've got to take the record and follow it through. Like as I say, on the walls, it's a visual thing. You can understand, you can see if there's any defects in the panels, because they tend to be flat panels, microrib, facade, type systems. If it's a roof, obviously it's a bit more complex, because ultimately you've got to maintain the roof. You've got to make sure that the gutters are cleaned. You've got to make sure that there's no leaks. If the pitch is a low pitch on the roof, if it's a 3-4 degree pitch roof, you've got to make sure that there's no water ingress getting in there. Again, with the fixings, do the fixings go in the pan, or do they go in the crowns? Again, those are some of the very important factors which need to be addressed, obviously for the duration and the longevity of the panel systems. But again, that's what I'm here for. Talk to me. Let me know if I can help you on that. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you that service as well. So yeah, I just want us to all make sure that we all have a responsibility. Myself included, so if anybody ever asks me about panel systems, obviously I'm quoting panels again, I'm selling panels again, so I'm here to assist you. So, if you do have a specification and you're looking for an alternative quote, an alternative specification, give me a call. Let me know if I can help you. So whether your project's in the UK, Ireland, Europe, anywhere in the world, let me know. I'm happy to assist you. We've got a full range of different manufacturers that I can offer you. Obviously always open for more, but like I say, in terms of the panel systems that I can offer, we do panels, PIR, foam panels with stitched joints for fire ratings, obviously walls, and tapes. None of that. We don't do that. We want to make sure that a panel is designed and installed the way it's meant to look. We don't want it to look like a biker's jacket, with stainless fixings every 450, 250, whatever the fire test is, and obviously then with the intumescent seals in the gaskets in the joints. We don't want that. We want to make sure that the panels are installed as they're meant to be, as they were, as they're designed to look, as you see the nice picture in the brochures. We don't want them to look ugly. We want them to make them, look correct, and that's again, that gives you the peace of mind. If you want the assistance to find a reputable contractor who can do your building maintenance for you, get in touch. Obviously I've got 30 years of experience, of contacts, of clients around Europe. Happy to assist you there as well. I'm happy to give you that support and, recommend some companies for you. Obviously we've talked over the, over the past about solar systems. Obviously things are growing in terms of solar, renewable energy, sustainability. If you're looking for lightweight systems like the ErgoSun Delta Energy, or if you're looking for other systems like the Solfit, things like that, again, happy to assist you in those as well. Kingspan, obviously they have the power panel system. Looks like a great system. Obviously maybe we'll talk to them this year and maybe learn some more about the power panel system. If that's of interest, let me know. But yeah, we obviously here to give you the service. This year I really want to push on. Really want to get more feedback from yourselves, get involved with yourselves, and understand a bit more about what you need on your projects. Yes, composite panels are composite panels, but obviously things are evolving, things are changing. The next episode we're going to do is going to be on fire stopping, fire protection, penetrations. So companies like Etex, Promats, FSI, Hilti, Siderise, companies like that. If you are a manufacturer and you want me to talk about your products within the episode, let me know. If you want me to do a talk about obviously your company anyway, please reach out, get in touch. But yeah, let me know if if you can assist me on that. Obviously yes, I've been doing it for 30 years, so obviously I've been involved in fire testing, fire penetrations, and fire stopping. But things are changing on a weekly basis by these manufacturers. So whether you're a manufacturer, distributor, reseller, get in touch with me. I'd be really grateful for your support and your inclusion, obviously in the episode. Again, we just want to create better awareness, better understanding. So, things which are used with composite panels, a composite panel alone won't give you the system. Even for, like a 4-hour firewall, a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour firewall with a mineral wool composite panel, the panel alone won't give you the solution. You have to then fire protect the fixings. So, if you're, on the, it's a secret fix panel, or if you're a through fix panel on the ends, you have to use like 30 mil of insulation and then cover that up, which obviously then protects the fixings. The panel alone will not give you that full fire rating. It's got to be installed correctly. So again, it's that misunderstanding, that misconception. We want to make sure things are done correctly. So please get in touch. Let me know if I can assist you. Let me know if you can help me. Obviously, if you'd like me to talk about any specific topics. I'm looking to do a couple more episodes a week. Maybe 2 episodes a week, and then really push on with doing a bit more involvement. Get a bit more involved into podcasts. We've got obviously multiple cameras, so if we need to, if somebody wants to talk to us, we can organise meetings, and we can come to see you, come and see your facilities, come and see your premises, or we can you can come to me, and we can just have a we can have a chat, and we can we'll talk about your company, your products, and your services. So again, if you're an architect, you want to talk about some iconic projects you've done, or some projects you are working on, please get in touch. If you're a main contractor, again, please get in touch. Like I say, you are the guys who are responsible for delivering these amazing projects that we've been delivering for so long now, and obviously continue to do on a daily basis. If you're an installer, you guys, we need you. You're the ones who there was always a joke I was told 20, 30 years ago that a good installer can make a bad product look good, and that's the important thing. But a bad installer can make a good product look bad, and we want to protect you. We want to look after you. We want to make sure that your works are appreciated. But yeah, let me know if you if you'd like to get in touch, if you'd like to talk on the channel, and we can present you and what you do. But obviously, we're now at the start of 2026. Let's really push on with this year. The last couple of years have been really, really dreadful for construction. Hopefully things are going to pick up this year, and I'm here to help. So please get in touch. I appreciate the support you've given me so far over the last year. Hopefully we can carry on and keep going, and hopefully you're still enjoying the channel and the episodes and what we're talking about. But yeah, please get in touch, and if I can assist you, obviously the contact details will be at the end, and we'll see you on the next episode. Okay, see you again. Take care. Bye bye.